Hey everybody, what's up? What's good? This is Stevie's Tarot. Come and join me. We're gonna do a tarot reading with the Hoodoo Tarot, but first we're gonna pull a Witch's Familiar Oracle. These are the rune oracle cards. This reading is for the collective. If you are here, you are meant to hear it. Confirmation. I hope this finds you well. If not, you're going to hear something here that will make you feel better. Let's get into it. Rune for the collective. Spirit. Whoa. Just one, please. Lots of energy in the collective. I expected that, but can I just have one rune, please, Spirit? That's why I got out the Hoodoo Tarot. Can I have one rune for the collective, Spirit? Yeah, Spirit didn't like that. Okay. Looks like TSA. Is it ISA? Let's look. ISA. It's the bat. 22. Is someone 22 years old? I turned right to it. As the temperature dropped, the bat quiets and turns inward. The business of life comes to a standstill, and she uses this in-between period for self-reflection and to build inner strength for when it will all start again. She pulls all her awareness and resources in toward herself, concentrating her power. Issa not only stands like the word ice, so ice, Isa, it means ice and is the symbol of I, or the self. In many Northern European cultural traditions, ice is the formative element and essence of all things. Isa is a very strong rune with the element of danger. The inward-facing, quieting stillness can lure you to sleep in the bitter cold. Sleep can bring death. The message of Isa is one of finding inner strength, self-reliance, self-awareness, and self-acceptance. It halts activity until a change is made, whether from within or without. Stillness, self-control, focus, stability, or stasis. Do you feel like you are in a state of stasis lately? Isa is a soothing rune for times of distress. It combines very effectively with meditation to quiet the mind and calm the emotions. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get into these tarot cards. All right. Hoodoo Tarot. How's everybody been feeling lately? Man, that alleged assassin attempt again on that horrible person that they have in that big house in Washington. No, don't believe it for a second. Nope, and nope. These people and all of the energy within like minutes they had out, build the ballroom, and now taxpayers must pay for it. BS. Oh. While they take from the poor thousands, millions, tens of millions, suffer, starve, and die. Let's see. All right, since we have these out, let's do a. How can you nurture connection to your ancestors? Let's go. How can we? Okay, top card. Two of Knives. Your spiritual sight. This really is a spiritual battle that's going on. It truly is. They tried to take your spiritual sight because they know how powerful you are. How can you nurture the connection with your ancestors? Root workers referred to some people as being four-eyed, which was a reference to the ability to perceive both the physical and spiritual realms. Here, a four-eyed woman nervously bites her lip. Because her spiritual eyes have been gouged out. It's about a truce, making a firm decision, renewed actions, lies being exposed, saying what you mean and meaning what you say, being in touch with how you really feel, facing the consequences of past choices, patiently waiting to see if things work out, anxiety subsiding, the time to move on, and the crossroads. Isn't that beautiful? You need to, this is about your spiritual sight. Make the decision with both, with your physical and spiritual sight. That is your advice from your ancestors. That's how you nurture your connection with them. Is you work on not only your physical sight, but your spiritual sight. What ancestral lesson are you carrying? Dr. Grant. Yeah. The Hermit. But he, Jesus, would withdraw to desolate places and pray. Luke 5:16. The plant is duckweed. Dr. Grant is shown in solitude picking herbs and roots in the swamps of Louisiana. Are you a root worker? You're a healer? Dr. Grant was a Protestant conjure doctor from New Orleans. Unfortunately, the details of his life are unknown. By the time Neil Hurston interviewed Dr. Grant and others in the 30s, many conjure doctors were using herbs and other supplies from catalogs. Dr. Grant, however, was a proud swamper who preferred to do things the old-fashioned way by gathering what he needed in the wild. Dr. Grant reminded Hurston of a few critical but forgotten lessons. 1. Believe in one's limitless power. 2. Petition spirits unequal to man. 3. Know more than one way to get a job done. And 4. Acknowledge that no two people or jobs are alike, because a remedy that works for one person may not work for another. Dr. Grant was highly sought after for his abilities. In some cases, was paid more than $100, an exorbitant amount of money in the time. When Dr. Grant appears in a reading, it may indicate the necessity for some alone time to recharge. Specifically, it may recommend solitude in nature to reflect and listen. This is more important now than ever. We are constantly accessible to others via technology. While this may be convenient, it is also a tremendous burden. We have little time to clear our heads and just be without earbuds blasting music in our ears, a zillion advertisements or logos flashing before our eyes, or social media alerts pinging for us to engage with the world again. They won't stop. So you must make a conscious decision once in a while to make it stop. Social media detox, yo. Everyone is influenced by social media and the algorithms. Everyone. Even you. Yes, you. The one that's thinking, not me. Yes, you. We all are. We have to fight against it all the time, and we still are. Let's be clear, this card is not about just sitting in the park for a few minutes looking at pretty trees, flowers, or a squirrel before you get back online. No. It's about considering the essence of that tree, those flowers, and the squirrel, how you're connected to them. It's about perceiving the interrelationship of all things to the other and the extraction of power from fundamental reality. For it is from the comprehension of source that knowledge may be accessed and distilled. Your ancestors didn't have the internet. Remember, if you take something from Mother Nature, don't forget to give something biodegradable back to her and her creatures in return. Confirmation. You may be seeking knowledge and you're ready to take things to the next level. Seek guidance from a worthy teacher. If you receive this in a reading, do you understand the importance of alone time? Would it be better to stay home alone tonight? Silence is golden. Focus on finding out the truth. Be in the world and not of it. Meditate more. It's okay to take a break from him, her, them, or to reevaluate things. You know, it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to believe differently than you believed before. It doesn't make you a hypocrite. It means you grew, you changed, you evolved. Don't ever let anyone make you feel bad for that. Right? Yeah, I used to. I don't anymore. What can I do to heal my ancestral lineage? What can you do? Put down your burdens. You've carried them long enough. You've carried them alone. You've carried them all. You've carried them uphill. It's time to put these down. I know you did this. You broke generational curses on your own. You said no more. And you kept going. And it was an uphill battle even until you had gray hair. You did it, and you did it alone. But let me tell you, do you see there's color coming back into your life? You may have carried those burdens into your age until you had gray hair alone. To break those generational curses, my dear. But it's time to lay those burdens down now. Color's coming back into your life. An overburdened old woman climbs a hill. It's fighter fatigue, okay. Meaning loads being lifted, knowing when to ask for help, learning to delegate responsibilities, focusing more on self-care, taking the day off, laying those burdens down, please. Like, this is not yours anymore. Spirit is saying, you have carried these. Whatever final act you need. And if you need a visceral visual to commemorate the end, the last scene, then do so. But the curses have been broken. It's time to lay your burdens down and step into the color of your life. Yeah. You have a passed over grandfather on the other side that loves you so much, that's watching you for this. And he is like, oh my gosh, my little granddaughter is a senior citizen, right? 55. Seems young and old all at the same time. He remembers when he was 55. He left this earth when you were decades younger. How can you best honor your ancestors? How can you best honor them? These cards have so much energy in them. 3 of baskets. Get with loved ones, with like-minded people. Celebrate. Joy back in your life. Like, don't let these MFers steal your joy. This is sweet grass. 3 generations of women enjoy each other's company. I want to shout out Libra Land 1010 Ash. She pulled this card for, I'm a Libra, and she pulled this card, I think, for us earlier. Talking about the 3 generations of women, and that's here, man, too. Sweetgrass is most often used as an incense to purify and consecrate, but it's also used as a medicinal herb to cure throat inflammation or to add flavor to food and drink. It's about parties, reunion, good fortune, hobbies, plenty, renewed health, collaboration, spending time with friends, being a team player. We're coming into this season. It's May Day parties, May, June, wedding times, reunions. Yes, good fortune is coming your way. Good fortune is coming our way. What's a message from your ancestors? Last card out. Message from your ancestors. You're 1 in a million is the message. Thanks for everything. Make a wish on a lucky star. Alright. Father Sims. This is a message from your ancestors. Father Sims. Who gives the ibis wisdom, or gives the rooster understanding? Job 38:36. Yeah, who does? Father Sims is dressed in the purple satin robe in which he liked to work. The rooster represents him, and the 2 streams of water represents his baptism as a 2-headed doctor. A hoodoo that does good and bad work. Father George Sims was born Joe Watson and nicknamed the Frizzly Rooster, was a preacher and root worker from New Orleans. They called him the Frizzly Rooster because many people kept at least 1 chicken in the backyard for the sole purpose of scratching up any roots that may have been placed there by the enemy. He had a reputation for being able to effectively place or lift curses and read anyone. Father Sims was a bit eccentric and was comfortable doing good or bad workings. He gave sermons at Myrtle Wreath Hall, and that's where his most famous student, Zora Neale Houston's, made his acquaintance. Ooh, we need to look into this because I don't know about her. And our ancestors are talking about her. After weeks of performing superficial tasks without anything being explained to her, she was initiated by Father Sims, given the name the Boss of Candles, and finally taught the deeper mysteries. It is a common misconception that the root work is never an initiatic system, because while this is the case for many, initiations are not unheard of. When Father Sims comes up in a reading, it's asking you to review your position regarding your inquiry. If you've taken an extreme or one-sided position, now's the time to consider things from a more balanced perspective. Things do not have to be black and white. So don't, look, 2 of the knives, and that's like a black and white. They don't have to be black and white, so don't force it to be. If you have been asked to compromise or cooperate, but you feel resistant to the idea, this card is a good sign that you haven't considered all aspects of the situation. If you've been asked to give someone an answer, don't respond until you feel more centered. To do otherwise may cause deep regret and feelings to be hurt unnecessarily. Try to be fair. If you receive Father Sims in a reading, what would be gained by compromising? Is it worth more than the perceived loss? Are you being fair? Sometimes less is more. Extremists never think they're extreme. Peace is priceless. Focus on healing and recovery. An alliance is not a bad idea. Other races, religions, and ethnic groups exist. Maybe it's time to learn more about other people. Even more, your ancestors are always here to love, support, and encourage you. They love you so much. They do. Your ancestors love you so much. I hope you found messages here. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to Stevie's Tarot. Have the most blessed day. Thanks for joining me.